All right, so everybody can hear us now.
1 second, it's loading. Ready to go.
All right, so everybody can hear us now.
1 second, it's loading. Ready to go.
All right, so everybody can hear us now.
1 second, it's loading. Okay, Robert, ready to go.
All right, let's do this. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us virtually. I'm Rob Maida with NBC Bay Area, and I'm honored to be here with you online for our Outrun 5K run walk here at the Lupus Foundation in Northern California. And it's good timing. I don't know if you can see on my radar there, we've got showers going through Northern California and some thunderstorms. So if we were going to be doing this virtually, I think this is the good year to do it. I'm proud to say that the Lupus Foundation in Northern California is a longtime media partner with us at NBC Bay Area for this 5K event. Normally, obviously, we're outdoors all together, but this year's a little bit different for obvious reasons. The foundation wants you to know that we value your health and safety as we monitor the coronavirus pandemic. And rather than just completely canceling the 5K in its 26th year, we decided to do something a bit more exciting. So here we go. We're going to do this virtually. Join us now as we take our first ever virtual Outrun Lupus 5K run and walk. So technically, obviously, things are going to be a little bit different this year. When you get back from your walk or run, be sure that you go to outrunlupus.org and click on results. You're going to want to follow the instructions to log in your time and distance. Times need to be submitted by 11:30 in the morning to qualify for a top placement medal. So the key here is to have fun. Everyone's going to be doing this a little bit differently. Obviously, share your experience along the way. Take a selfie or a screen print or your route on your Strava app, which should look like that. You should have a map that pops up with your route that you can take a screenshot and share that. And show it to us also on social media if you can with the hashtag Outrun Lupus. So everyone who's registered will get a finisher's medal, other giveaways that will be sent in the mail after the 5K. And the fundraisers will also receive their prizes for fundraising milestones in the mail. So with that, we're excited to kick off this year's Outrun Lupus 5K. I want to welcome Lon Saavedra, the Executive Director of the Lupus Foundation in Northern California. Lon?
Thank you, Rob. Thanks for always your years of support of our foundation means so much to all of us. You give us credibility and your reach gives us expansion of our reach. Thank you so much. Good morning, dear friends and supporters of our lupus community. My name is Lon Saavedra, Executive Director of the Lupus Foundation of Northern California. As Executive Director, I am honored and inspired to work with all of you who are on the forefront of fighting lupus. Please remember, your generous donations has enabled us to launch a number of new patient programs that focus on living healthier lives and empowered us to not only strengthen our long-standing, robust patient services, but also deepen and expand our patient support programs. This past year, we embarked on a new program called Living Well with Lupus, led by our Face of Lupus patient leader, Julie Viscuso, and also Dr. Kat Lewis. You can participate in these scheduled in-person and online virtual events. Just view our Lupus Foundation website for future wellness workshops Julie and Kat will be conducting. We're also fortunate to have ushered in a new program with the internationally renowned rheumatologist, Dr. Sean Parso, who generously provides live advice to lupus patients and with our regular office hours with Dr. Parsa. Incredibly, Dr. Parsa also provides his services free of charge to any lupus patient who are financially unable to pay for a rheumatologist. We also have a new support group that focuses exclusively on young youth with lupus, led by 14-year-old Francis Nguyen and his parents. More about Francis in a few minutes. Your generous donations help us provide assistance to our over 20 patient support groups throughout California. Several of our groups now provide live support through Zoom. We want to again thank you, all of you, fundraisers and supporters, for making this Outrun Lupus 5K possible, and for believing, like the Lupus Foundation of Northern California, the answer to the advancement of treatment and cures lie with patients. Please allow me to now introduce an exceptionally courageous young man, our foundation's 2020 honoree, Francis Nguyen.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Francis Nguyen. Thank you for giving me a chance to be an honoree for the 26th and Outrun Lupus 5K event. I am incredibly honored and humbled for this opportunity and support. My journey with lupus began in 2016 when I started having butterfly rashes and fatigue. At that point, my family and I didn't know what it was until almost a year later, when I had more frequent fevers and I was tired more often. My parents decided to bring me out to Stanford Children's Rheumatology and Dermatology Clinic to check it out. And the amazing doctors there quickly diagnosed that I had systematic lupus erythematosus in June of 2017. As I was prescribed of a high dose of prednisone to control lupus, I gained significant water weight. When I returned to school after that summer, my friends and teachers barely recognized me because of my physical appearance had completely changed. I felt embarrassed and isolated and didn't want to talk to anyone, as people looked at me strangely. I couldn't participate in many outdoor activities as I used to do, and I felt very sad and stressed. All of a sudden, the world around me turned upside down. During this difficult time, my family and I discovered the Lupus Foundation of Northern California by first attending a couple of meetings with some adult patients. They were very sympathetic, kind, and attentive to our story. We were able to share our experience and learn a lot from them. Gradually, I regained some confidence knowing that I was not in this fight alone. My family and I began helping the community by volunteering at the Outrun Lupus 5K event and at the office since 2018. We found that all the people are very supportive, friendly, and committed to helping all lupus patients. Having gone through this experience myself, I thought of the other young patients and their families who would have gone through the same challenges as I have. If I could share my experience to help them, I feel that I can contribute back to the community for what they have given me. This inspired me to create the Lupus Youth Support Group, which meets monthly on the second Saturday. Please reach out to me or my parents if you think my experience would be able to help you and your family. Finally, I dream of a day when I am free of lupus. Please join me in this race and donate to the Lupus Foundation. Together, we can fight lupus. Thank you so much for your support and donation. Now, I would like to welcome and thank you, Doug Carlin, Board Chair.
Good morning. This is Doug Carlin. I'm the chair of the Board of Directors of the Lupus Foundation, and I'm really happy to welcome all of you here. Obviously, in these challenging times, we've had to adjust a bit on the run here, and no pun intended. And I think that the team has done a great job, and it's really exciting to be here. Thank you so much for participating today. This is really important to all of our lupus patients and all the other and their families and all their supporters. We're really excited to be together today. This is personally one of my favorite events that we do every year, and I'm really happy about how it's turned out this year. For our first virtual 5K, we have people participating from as far away as New York, Alabama, Wisconsin, Utah, Kansas, Texas, Oregon, and of course, all over California and the Bay Area. So hopefully people have found great spots to run. You can see by my background, I'm about to go and run in the backcountry Yosemite here. So your support helps to bring greater public awareness to lupus, support those people affected by this disease, and it also brings the Lupus Foundation of Northern California's programs and services to lupus patients and their families all year long. So thank you again for being here and for all your support today and all around, all year long. A couple more quick business matters I want to take care of and some important thank yous. Thank you to our generous donors and sponsors, including Kirsten G. Maeda, Deidre G. Baptista for the beautiful handmade face cloths, and Carol Siebenmorgan for donating our amazing 5K bibs. So let's get out there and run. Finally, thank you also, and certainly not least, to Rob and the team at NBC Bay Area and Telemundo 48. They're our amazing media sponsors, and we appreciate them so much, all the amazing things they do for us. Finally, and last but certainly not least, thank you to the amazing LFNC team and staff for all their work, the volunteers, and all the work that's gone into preparing for this first virtual run. It's a great event every year, and it takes a lot of work. So now I'm going to hand it off to Thuy Vu to kick us off with the National Anthem. Thuy?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight of the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the balls bursting in air, did move through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Tu has been with our foundation for a number of years, has helped us both in the office and in many other programs. And we're very, very fortunate to have Tu involved with us. And she's now in her first year in college now, and still joining us and still being able to keep our programs going in terms of inspiring youth as well. For the past 7 years, the Outrun Lupus 5K mascot has selected one champion canine to lead the 5K this year. This year, since we are in many locations, we opened the contest to all types of pet companions. There were dogs, guinea pigs, and reptile entrants. Collectively, the pets and their human companions raised over $2,000 towards outrunning lupus. Thank you and congratulations to all of our contestants. One pet surpassed the $1,000 mark with over 1,000 votes and is our very first reptile mascot. An Argentine black and white tega named Chiaroscuro. Please meet Chiaroscuro and Leslie, his owner, and hear how the lizard, our lizard, has helped us with their family lupus journey. Leslie?
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Lon. So my name is Leslie Watts, and I have a lizard named Chiaroscuro. I'm going to show him to you now. He's a pretty big guy. I just woke him up. It's pretty early in the morning. He's a little grumpy, but he's good. So I'm very honored to have been able to participate in this mascot contest with my lizard. And I just want to give you a little bit of background on his name. So it's Chiaroscuro. We call him Chiaro for short. And his name comes from the Italian word for light and dark, which means black and white. And he's a black and white lizard. And yeah, so let's see here. Let me grab my script. So I entered him into this contest because my mom, she has lupus. She's right behind me here. Hi, Mom. She has suffered from lupus for a number of years, and my little friend Chiaro here brings her so much joy. She calls him her grandson. So it's really awesome. And when I got him back in 2016, he came in a teeny weeny box. I ordered him online and he came in a box through FedEx. And that picture that's on the website from when he's really small is when I first got him. So he definitely is the family pet. And even all my friends love how easygoing he is. He's never attacked anyone, never bit anyone. He's really calm and easygoing. My mom and I watch him crawl around and do his lizard thing all day like he's doing now in my backyard. And my mom is a licensed in-home childcare provider, but since all this coronavirus pandemic has occurred, she's been out of any clients. So clearly she's in a compromised individual category because of her lupus, but she's the strongest woman I know. and she's absolutely incredible. So she and I were very pleased to see Chiaroscuro win and be the mascot. My mom loves him so much, and it's definitely something that's brightened up our days amidst all this chaos in the world. And she even shed a few tears the other day when we found out that Chiaro won, and it's just been a really wonderful thing for my family and I. So thank you so much, everyone, and I will pass it back over to Lon.
Thank you very much. That's a great story, especially having your mom join us. Congratulations. And now we're ready to warm up. So Lucas, I see you're stretched and ready, and I turn it over to you, Lucas.
Thanks a lot, Lon. Good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Lucas Dunham. I'm a performance coach or a fitness coach at Google, and I'm honored to be a part of the first annual or the first ever virtual Outrun Lupus 5K. So if you want to follow along with me, we're going to go through a brief warm-up, get you feeling limber and loose and ready to run your best today. So we're going to start standing up. First exercise, I just want to hinge back at the hips. Feel a bit of a stretch down the hamstrings, arms can reach overhead. I'm going to find the ground with my hands and just step back into a push-up position. First exercise is called a runner's lunge. I'm going to bring one foot up in line with my hands. Inside elbow is going to sink down towards the floor so I get a stretch in my leg. Arm is going to open up to the sky. Come back to a push-up position. We'll do the same thing on the other side. One foot comes up, a bit of a stretch. Inside elbow drops and opens. I'll come down to my knees. I'll come up onto one knee now. So next exercise, I'm going to float my back knee off the ground. Just hold for a moment, hold for a deep breath. I'll straighten out the back leg, so now I've got a straight line from head to heel. Last one, I'm going to challenge your balance a little bit, and we'll come onto one leg. Helps to find one point to look at. Hold until you feel balance. Stand up, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So other knee will come to the ground. We'll hover an inch off the floor and hold. Straighten out the back leg. And when you're feeling ready, we'll come onto the front leg. We'll hold for just a moment, making sure we can balance and control. And we'll come up to a standing position. Next one we've got is going to start with a knee hug. So I'm going to grab one knee, pull the knee towards my chest. I'm going to stay up tall. Once you're balanced here and you can own this, I want to actually try to let go of the knee and hold that knee up there for a few seconds. Okay? Then I'll switch sides. I'll grab my knee, pull it up tall, make sure I can balance for a moment. I'll release the knee, hold. We're going to go one more of these on each side. Drop down, grab the knee, hold tall to the chest. Hold the knee. We'll go one more other side. We'll drop low, grab onto that knee, pull it up tall. Release knee, see if you can still hold that same height. And we'll relax. Next one we've got is going to be a lunge. I'm going to step back with one leg into a lunge. And I'm going to connect my opposite knee and elbow. I'll stand up. This one we're going to do 5 repetitions per side. Keep them slow and controlled. Knee should get close to the ground. Should feel like my front leg is doing most of the work here. Pushing through the front foot as you stand up. It's okay to round a little bit for this one so you can touch your knee and elbow together. We'll go one more each side. Okay. Next one we've got is now just going to start to get the knees moving in place. So we were kind of doing the knee hug before. Now I just want to go into marching in place. So I'm going to just be marching with my knees and toes coming up. Opposite arm and leg are moving. Once you're starting to get the rhythm down, we're going to add in a twist in the upper body. So my knees are coming up. My upper body's relaxed and twisting. Okay, good. We can relax. We're going to build on this a little bit more, now just make it a little bit more springy. When we're running, especially a 5K, we want to make sure that we're light on the feet and that we're able to spring off the feet. So the first exercise we're going to do is just skipping in place. So similar to the march, But now I'm gonna get a little bit more flow, a little bit of hang time, soft landing on the feet. We'll go for 10 seconds here, 10 seconds. I don't want to tire you out, I just want to get you warm today. Okay. We're gonna go through 2 more exercises. I'll give you a second to catch your breath there. The last 2 movements will continue to bring the body temperature up, bring the heart rate up, and make sure we're ready to run at our best today. So the next one, similar to the skip, but now we're just gonna get moving a little bit faster. We'll call this high knees. So now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go for 10 seconds, just starting with high knees in place. Arms and legs are chopping, knees are still coming up. 3, 2, 1. All right, starting to get a little bit sweaty now. And again, the last exercise I want to work through, this is called a pogo jump. It's very much like jump roping. I just want to be springy on my feet. So I'll give you a moment to catch your breath. This is going to be both legs working at the same time. And we're just working on getting a little bit of hang time. So what this exercise looks like, both feet jumping, not jumping very high. I'm just working on bouncing off the floor. Going for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Final exercise. This one not as springy, but I just want to make sure we're feeling limber and loose in the lower body. This is a squat progression. So what I'm going to do is drop down and grab my toes. My arms should be inside my legs. I'll hold this squat for a moment. One arm is going to rotate and open to the sky. I'll come back, grab my toes. Other arm is going to rotate and open to the sky. And then, still grabbing my toes, I'm going to straighten out my legs. Now I'll reset. Back to the squat. Inside arm opens. Other arm opens. Straighten out legs. Let's go 1 more of these at your own pace. Just making sure we can breathe as we do it. Last one, I'm going to stretch out hamstring. Awesome work, guys. Before I kick it back over, I just want to go over 2 best practices or tips that have helped me in the past with running, and this should be able to help you today. And the first one is just paying attention or noticing the way you breathe when you run. If you're able to breathe through your nose, ideally in through the nose, out through the mouth, that's going to make sure you're running efficiently and pacing yourself accordingly to be able to run with high quality for the whole race. I've made the mistake of just breathing out of my mouth in the past. Not only did that hurt my time, but it just didn't feel as smooth. So if possible, try to breathe through your nose as you go through the run today. Second tip is just focusing on being light and springy on the feet. While we're doing some of those exercises in the warm-up, is if I start hitting the ground really hard, for example, if someone could hear me coming from far away, that's also a sign that my technique is starting to break down. So breathing through the nose and just working on being light and springy through the feet, and that should set you up for a great run today. Thanks again for everyone for having me on here today. I'm honored to be a part of this and honored to run the first virtual 5K with you all. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Lucas, for the great tips there, the running advice, and the great warm-up this morning. Now is the time we're going to be introducing our Grand Marshal today, which is Jessica Garcia Cole, who is the executive director of the Wesley Foundation. For 2 decades, she's dedicated her career to nonprofits, government, and philanthropic sectors, serving to strengthen communities and create equitable opportunities for children, youth, and families. Jessica is a proud supporter of the Lupus Foundation of Northern California, and she is grateful to the LFNC for transforming her own mom into a fearless lupus warrior. Jessica, thanks for joining us this morning.
So proud to be with you all this morning. All of you lupus warriors and those who support and love them, thank you for coming out today. Thank you for supporting LFNC. I hope those laces are tied up tightly and that you guys are ready to go have a great walk or run. Today, we will be outrunning Lupus. I'm cutting a different kind of ribbon this year, but let's kick this off. Party on in 3, 2, 1. All right, enjoy your run, all.
Woo! Walk across the finish line. Yay!
Right on.
Woo!
All righty. So it looks like everybody's ready to get out to the start line. A reminder to, if as you log your information on the Strava app again, as it'll pop up a map. To do so again before 11:30 this morning, you'll notice that it will have a map of your routes, and to tag Outrun Lupus 5K. So here we go, right before 8 o'clock. Just a reminder to sign into that Strava app and share your route with us. And when you get back from your walk or run, be sure to go to outrunlupus.org, click on results, and log in your time and your distance. And obviously later today, for all of our age groups and runner categories and walking, or the runner groups, will be doing the list of the top finishers by category. So you'll want to stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up a little bit later on today. And be mindful of the weather. This is virtual this year, and it may be some good reason. If you've been on social media this morning, they had pretty good large hail out by Sacramento. So just as a weather safety tip, if you hear thunder, as the National Weather Service says, when thunder roars, go indoors. Luckily, it's not a marathon, it's a 5K. So if the weather is active in your area, give it at least a half hour since the last sound of thunder before it's safe to go outside. Again, of all things that 2020 has been throwing at us this year, there's a chance of thunder during the 5K Outrun Lupus event, which I don't recall ever happening, but there you go. So something to be mindful of with your favorite weather app, or our NBC Bay Area weather app also has a radar page where you can see based on your location if you're going to get rained on or if there's more active weather around the corner. So with everybody here all ready to go, again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in on YouTube and on our website as we begin the 26th annual Outrun Lupus 5K. Be sure again to log your run activity on the Strava app, and thanks for joining us, and get out there and enjoy the morning. Thank you for your support of the Lupus Foundation.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. See you on the routes. See you in
Woo!
Strava. Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good run, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
See you out there.
Bye. See you again.